about to change the podcast name to The Single Girl.
Stop.
No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to manifest that.
Please don't do that. Don't do that to me.
I'm not.
Welcome to Cocoa Kiki, Cocoa Butter's official podcast. Welcome to our first episode where we get skin deep when it comes to the culture and our feelings in between. I have my good sis, Kayla, here with me. How you doing,
guys? I'm feeling great and beautiful and brown and
chocolate.
All the things. All the cocos of the butters. That's what I'm feeling.
Girl, what? Why don't we just get into it at this point? Because there's just so much that's been happening. I feel like in 2024, every day we're fighting for our lives. Something's always happening to the point where I can't keep up. It's nonstop.
2024 said, I'm not playing with y'all. So
no, literally.
Buckle up.
Have you seen the movie that came out, The Idea of You, on Prime? The one with, it has like Anne Hathaway. She's like the main lead.
I love her.
40-year-old who's basically finding herself.
Is she not 40 in real life?
I don't know.
She probably is.
She's giving.
She was in Princess Diaries and we were like 5 years old.
Yeah, but
anywho, I'm related. But no, I did not see
She's dating a 24-year-old like One Direction lead singer or something like that.
That's cute.
And so I'm sitting here like, I don't want to watch this, but then I saw that it was made by a black woman. I said, what? Crazy thing is, one, it's not even just any black woman that we don't know. It's someone it's a familiar face, actually.
Who made the movie?
Yeah. So do you know
must Google.
Robin Lee?
The name sounds familiar.
She was in Deliver Us from Eva. She was in Hitch. This is her book. This is her book that was made into a movie. She couldn't sell her first book before this one because it had a black lead in it. It was not sellable. For some reason, she could not sell that book with a black lead. But as soon as she made it two, white leads, all of a sudden it's a sellable story, which I found crazy.
That's ridiculous.
It's so crazy. So she said in an interview with Refinery 29, she said, I spent 6 years writing a book prior to writing this book. Right before The Idea of You, I wrote a book that I could not sell. It was a black protagonist. There was a white love interest, and one of the responses I got from an editor at the time was, oh no, we already have an interracial relationship that we're putting out this year.
The editor said that to her.
Yes. It's like, sorry.
We have enough, one is enough.
I don't know how many, but it was just
but they were like, we don't want another one.
Right. So it's like, with two strong black leads, it's too intimidating. With one strong black lead, with a white love interest, it met the quota. But let there be two white leads, there is no quota. It's just, let's just keep dishing them out, which I thought was so insane.
That is insane.
That is insane. We don't need it.
It's basically like being the diversity hire. You know how they're like,
literally.
Oh, we have enough diversity.
We're good.
We don't need you.
It's good here. It's just crazy because it's just like, let it be, black trauma. They'll sell black trauma
all the time. We don't need to keep seeing it.
We don't need to see it in the cinema. But let it be a beautiful, black, healthy relationship. How many of those have been in the box office and have literally done numbers? Tell me.
I'm going to say 0. I don't even know.
You don't even know. The only one I can think of is Queen and Slim. And Queen and Slim was a very traumatizing movie, if you really think about it.
Was ridiculous.
Unfortunately, you see it in books and you see it in movies that unfortunately, when it comes to selling healthy black love, black stories, it just doesn't hit the same way that it does when it's something that has to do with any of the tropes that already exist. All the negative stereotypes, if it's not built upon that, it's just not sellable enough. Which is
so sad.
So sad. It reminds me of the movie American Fiction, which was a great movie, by the way. I think that movie was great in just portraying how entertainment just profits off of black trauma. He was trying to sell a great book, a great story that had nothing to do with any of the tropes that we've already seen. They were like, no, thanks, no. But as soon as he switched it up, it's like, oh yeah, I went to jail and, this story is about me and my
They ate it up.
They ate it up.
That's disgusting.
They ate it up.
When is enough? When do we get the chance to be able to exist in that same space where it doesn't have to be a interracial swirl or just, non-POC?
Yeah.
Why is being black not enough?
It's happening, but it's happening slowly. Again, for us as creatives, you're a creative, I'm a creative, people who are now directors and whatever, it's kind of like we have to continue to
It's up to us.
It's up to us. It's really up to us to continue it and to steer us in a different direction. But it's just so crazy that she really could not sell it. She could not sell the book prior because it had a black protagonist. That is
ridiculous.
Mind blown. We're going through so many historical events, but I think the one thing that the whole internet is talking about is BBL Drizzy and Kendrick.
BBL Drizzy is insane. That is a man. That's a whole man.
But he's embracing it, though. Like, he's fully embracing it. He's like, yeah, and what was said?
So he admitted that he did?
What was said? Like, he didn't say, yes, I did it, but you know how omission or, like, not saying yes or no means, like,
he's owning it.
He's owning it. He's kind of owning it.
Well, BBL Drizzy made it into the New York Times, so...
That's crazy.
That is ridiculous.
But honestly, that makes sense because at the end of the day, it is 20 versus 1. It's literally Drake versus the entire hip-hop industry at this point. Like, the amount of people he has beef with, like Rick Ross, Kendrick Lamar, A$AP Rocky, Ye, like...
It's
Meg
everybody.
Thee Stallion, it's everyone.
He's such like a performative artist overall that part of it is like trolling, but I think part of it is just he knows overall that he's still a fire artist. Like he's gonna win regardless.
I think the fact that he knows that he's a fire artist, that he feels like he can get away with certain things, and that is probably why he has so many people against him, because there was a time when so many people supported Drake because Drake put on so many people. He was fire. Like everything he put out was fire, but I think as soon as he decided to switch up and in terms of like his sound and just how he moved in the industry, a lot of things that he built up started...
It got crazy.
Yeah, like it kind of started breaking away, and now you're starting to hear all these allegations. When we first heard that he had a ghostwriter, we were like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Right. But then we were like, but it's Drake. You know what I mean? We make excuses for Drake.
They're fine with, just letting things get swept under the rug. And they're like, oh, but anywho, there's Drake. Here's my new 30-pack.
Right.
Enjoy it for the month. And then next month, here's a new 30. Like,
no, because when I saw how many songs he had on his album, I said,
does not care.
You got hella time. With Kendrick himself, it's like when he speaks, you listen because there's a message. There's you know what I mean? Like there's a method to the madness, and there's always like another agenda that's for us that he's really trying to speak to, whereas Drake is very performative. It's very much like, what's trending? Who can I hop on right now that like I can probably collab with and get another beat with? Like I remember when Sexy Red came onto the scene. Do you know how quick this man like
100%.
swept her up?
He's like also
He's
collecting them like
so
Infinity
bad.
Stones.
Literally.
Like, new person, I need it.
New person, I need it.
But that's why everybody is like
I think that's
prone to being open to listening to his stuff over Kendrick. Like, not that Kendrick is not as popular, but a lot of people will not be able to dissect his lyrics and really understand the magnitude of what he says. So people will easily be turned off because they're like, I don't understand what's happening. Yeah. But just the beat that Drake will choose will automatically have you in the loop of like, and the next thing you know, you're singing about who knows what. You don't care.
In this battle, I don't think he's winning. I don't think he's winning at all because granted, he has made points, you know what I mean? But when it came to Kendrick and everything that he listed, fact or not, the way that he said it, with the force and the power behind it, I said he knows exactly what he came to do. Yeah. And even Obama.
Yes, like Obama literally said it.
8 years ago, Obama literally said if it was a battle between Kendrick and Drake, Kendrick's winning off rip.
I'm taking Kendrick. And I said, thank you, Mr. President.
We salute you, sir.
I will also always go with whatever Obama says. I read his list. You know how he puts out his 100? Yeah. He does it for like books and music. I'm like, well, there's my summer reading list. Like, I don't even want to read, but I'm going to read because Obama said so. So thank you again. And I think also because Kendrick doesn't put out music in general that often, having these moments is so refreshing from him, which is why it goes so hard because he's not playing. Yeah. Because he's not putting out, I'm sure he's in the studio all the time, but like, he meant this. Like, he was like, oh, you want to play? Bet. Got you.
When you think about the history of battle rapping or just like beef, hip hop beef in general, a woman started it, which I think is crazy. The first ever diss or like beef that was ever recorded was Roxanne, like the Roxanne Wars. Have you ever heard of that?
Roxanne, like Roxanne Shante.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know Roxanne. Okay, I know that song, but I didn't know it was a beef.
That song started it. UTFO, they sung Roxanne, right? And so it was topping the charts. And so I think the song was something about like a man basically, or the men being upset that like their advances weren't working on this woman. I don't know if it was after the girl said no or if it was just a general song of just
about
like,
that.
I think it was a general song about a girl saying no, and it's like, damn, really, the way that men look at us.
You're a grown man. Like, leave me alone. And then writing a song about it is like, go away.
Boy. So, of course, Roxanne Shante, she was like an upcoming 14-year-old rapper or whatever. And so she took this as an opportunity. She said, oh, wait, this is my moment to shine. I'm about to do basically a response to this. Basically saying like, you're gross, you're nasty, it's like.
And she was 14.
14!
Like, 14 is crazy.
It's like, you look dusty, your hair is uneven. She was giving that energy.
Okay.
Like, and so, of course, for them, UTFO was like, I'm not about to get publicly embarrassed by a 14-year-old. Right. So
she was eating them up, basically.
She was eating them up.
I love that for her.
Served. Like, literally breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert. So because of that, they responded with another diss track called
They dissed her back?
Yes. Called The Real Roxanne. Because of the fact that, again, now we have a whole bunch of people seeing this happen in real time. Right. There are other rappers who are like, wait, hold on, I want to get on too. I want to get in on this. So there were over 100 songs that were made
to that same
beat. So it was just hella rappers. So that was called the Roxanne Wars because it started with just them, with UTFO and Roxanne, and then all of a sudden all these other rappers were like, wait, let me make my own little remix, my own little version to it.
Were they all called Roxanne? Like the whole?
I think like it was different renditions of that. So it'd be like Roxanne 84 or Roxanne's parents or Roxanne's stepmother from another. Like it was.
That is insane.
Yeah.
But see how like. I'm sure people felt whatever they felt, but that feels so much more lighthearted than how nasty and grimy
it's getting now.
Beefs are now. And obviously I know that just comes with time passing, like within the culture. Like we go through these events, life gets harder, people get angrier, we're more hurt. Like it happens. So you hold a lot of that in you and then damn, like it sucks. It's like we can't just have lighthearted fun anymore. Everything has to be so intense and so freaking like serious.
But I think
we get good out of it consumer wise, but I don't know what happens behind the scenes.
I mean, granted, I guess in a way we both receive something positive from rap beefs, even though it is all technically negative. It's like when you think about how this could have turned out if this was a physical altercation. Like rap beefs, disses, battles, these are kind of like a healthy outlet for artists to just say it with your chest, get it off, you know, maybe make some money in between and call it a day. You know what I mean? Because we saw how the whole Tupac and Biggie thing ended. That ended up being what it was because it was more than just the beef within the lyrics. Now, I think that we've learned from the past where we're like, okay, you know, Kendrick and Drake, we're not gonna see them sparring. Again, the positivity of it all is like, I'm able to express myself. Mental health is important. It is. Mental health is important. Yeah. So if this is my outlet, that's gonna be my outlet and that's what it's just gonna be. And then in terms of like, as a consumer, we're eating it up. It's like, this is entertaining. Right. Like, I get to see
happen often, so it's like, I'm gonna take it while I can.
It's like a little unicorn. It's like, oh shoot, let me take this and let me dissect it. Let me discuss it how we're discussing it right now.
Especially from Kendrick, because he be in hiding sometimes.
So you know how I said that there were over 100 songs written with the Roxanne beat? Yeah. History's repeating itself because that happened in 1984, and now we have Metro Boomin with his whole BBL Drizzy beat, and he's making a competition. He's like, oh yeah, whoever has the best song, whoever has the best,
which is crazy.
Like words,
that's about to go stupid. You know how many versions are about to be out?
There are
going
to be so many versions, and I'm going to listen to all of them.
I'm not gonna lie though, I did like when Drake put out the Metro shut your up. I was not mad at that with the mariachi. I was like, that was a catchy one.
Funny. That was funny too.
They're I was like, keep going.
With rap beefs in general, there's a marketability to it where it's like rap beefs now help with your streaming. It helps with 100%. Making you go viral. Yeah. It helps with keeping up, you know, keeping your name in the discussion.
Relevancy and
so
all that.
You become more relevant with these rap battles. And there was a time when, like, I think this was like early 2000s maybe, where like beef was made up just because. Like, remember how there was faux relationships? So like, you know,
setting
like
up celebs would date,
publicity, they're PR stunts. Like beef,
let's get some type of hype around it.
Exactly. So it's now also marketable. So there's positive things about it, but there's also negative things. One other positive thing that I noticed was the fact that name dropping is so prevalent in beefs, disses, tracks in general. Kendrick, he literally name dropped, I think, some Toronto Chinese restaurant that Drake goes to. New Ho King. In Euphoria, he said, I be at New Ho King. Guys, don't judge me. I can't rap. I can't. So
you should. At this point, now you should rap it.
I be
I kind of think you should still rap it.
New Ho King, eating fried rice with a dip sauce and a blammy crody. After that dropped, the amount of people that came and made that order, like, one thing about hip hop, one thing about rap, is we gonna elevate certain businesses.
You know what I mean?
We're those girlies when it comes to dropping a. I think honestly, we're the ones who started influencer marketing. Like we really did.
Let's talk about it though, because we did.
Because
and look at just how that small thing influenced that entire restaurant that they were on the news doing interviews. Like, we're out of food.
We're out of food.
It's like the Keith Lee effect, like same thing on TikTok. Exactly. Which he does great
and
things.
That also kind of bothers me. I don't want to call it the Keith Lee effect because this was happening prior to him.
But for the relevancy of the young kids. Right. For the children that know.
For the children,
know it of that sort.
If it was me, if I was a business owner and I knew that there was some beef going on, say that I had like, I don't know, like a beef bourguignon or something like that on my menu, I would have been like, hey.
Come get this.
I would DM them, listen, come get this. While you writing your lyrics, just enjoy the number 5 beef bourguignon. The way that I would finesse.
You'd be like, so.
I'd be like, honestly,
it's happening.
Free for a year.
BBL Jesse called me off guard because I was like, is this like an AI? I'm like, who is this singing? Like, I need to do my research. Hilarious. But they both ate it up. I'm not mad at because Metro and his beef are a little bit more playful.
It's a little more playful, but that's because Metro's like, I'm not touching on this publicly, but see me with those hands. But
also Future too. Like, he put out that album and that was the one with Metro. That moment of him and Future, it kind of just swiveled over to Kendrick responding, and that's when J. Cole backed out of it. Like, it literally,
you got this. Kendrick,
basically, you got it. He kind of was like, oh, it's fine.
And Kendrick was like,
I do have it,
I do got it.
Because J. Cole was in it too, and then J. Cole
backed
apologized
out, and
gracefully said no thank you.
I know when that first happened, a lot of people were like, J. Cole, you mad? I don't want to say the word, but you know.
Yeah.
Meow. And then now, in retrospect, in hindsight, you're like, you know what? That was a very calculated, smart move.
Yeah, he's probably like, because I know these people. Y'all
know that I don't have it.
What are your non-negotiables then when it comes to...
Girl, don't make me get the list.
Don't threaten you with a good time.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Is there a list?
I have a whole notes, babe.
Oh, okay.
I have a note.
All right.
Girls and their notes app don't play.
Yeah.
Can you see how long it...
Like, she's not kidding.
I'm not kidding. Which is probably what my mama says all the time. She's like, and this is why you don't got a man.
Oh, not mommy saying that's why you don't got a man. But you know what?
I stand on my standards.
Oh, I don't have a man either, so it doesn't matter.
It's fine. You know what? Like,
we are manless.
Somebody said this, and it hit. I think my therapist said it. She was like, do you really want a man, or do you just want the idea of a partnership? And
I thought you were going to say, do you want a dog? I was going to be like, we do want the dog.
I want the dog,
a puppy.
Too.
We want the puppy. Sure, your puppy.
No.
First of all, shout out to your therapist. We love a good therapist.
Facts.
I'm in the process of trying to find a new theory, so mental health is like...
very important.
Been the most prevalent
also Mental Health Month, actually.
It is. It's Mental Health Month.
Mental health, like therapy is also like
it's the man. Oh
my partner has to be seeking advice or therapy or guidance in some way. Because what I realize is the way that you pour into relationships is a reflection of like how you pour into yourself and how you're just showing up in general. And so whether that guidance is from a professional or from God or from, you know, an elder of some sort, like I need to see that you are trying to seek advice from someone outside of yourself. Like if anybody gives me a solid like cold no, like I don't see the reason for it, you're done.
It really breaks my heart though, because there's such a really messed up notion that our community has towards therapy that a lot of people aren't even open to trying it. They just hear the word and are automatically like, they just say no, like what you just said. You don't have to go to therapy because you have trauma. Like sometimes you just go to therapy because you're like, I have a situation and I just need somebody's help figuring this out. It shouldn't be frowned upon or looked down upon, like it's not cool or you lose points because, oh, I'm with my homies and I have therapy. Babe, go to your therapy session. Go to your therapy session.
Therapy is sexy, guys.
Your homies will be there when you're done. What's your love language, though? Because that's also important. I'm curious. Do we know the love languages? Should we tell everybody? Words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, acts of service, and receiving gifts. So what are yours?
Mine? So
because there's obviously more than one. Like
when I took the quiz, it said receiving gifts, and I said, "Whoa, am I that shallow?" But I realized receiving gifts doesn't always necessarily mean like a physical gift. Like a gift for me is your time. A gift for me is literally like your words. If you put Post-it notes all over my room, I'm like just anything that makes me feel special is a gift to me. Receiving gifts is definitely mine for sure. You said yours is physical touch?
Physical touch is one of them. Quality time is another one. Honestly, all of them. I feel like I have a bit of all of them.
Quality time, I'm the girl that's like, I want to be in your skin.
Me too.
I'm like,
but every girl does.
Yeah.
There's
when you like somebody...
put me in your car and let's drive literally nowhere. We can sit parked.
Oh my
and
gosh,
I'm like,
you know what?
oh,
I remember
I'm
this
so
one
happy
time.
that I'm in your car.
No, because the thing is, when people ask me, oh, what was your most memorable date or something, right? We worked out. That was part of the date, because you know me. I'm a work out as a date. That's my thing.
Yes.
But also, we went to Target. Another thing.
I was about to say, it's the Target guy. Okay.
We went to Target and we sat in the car and just talked. That was such a romantic, easy date for me. I don't need all the bells and whistles all the time. I really just need you to be here with me. Yeah. And I'm a fall in love. I was like, wow.
That counts.
And so does they.
And his time. He's literally giving you his time.
He gave me his time for that 24 hours and he was gone.
Yeah.
But it was very
Look how
romantic.
memorable it is, though.
It was so memorable for me.
I hate when it starts like that, though, and then it
fizzles
gets
out.
lost within whatever. Yeah. Whether it be a situationship, relationship.
Yeah.
It's you have to keep dating while you're with somebody. Yeah. You can't just get them and then drop
just stop.
it.
Yeah.
And people forget that.
This just brings us to our next segment of what's been so ashy lately. Remember, this is cocoa butter. So what has been an ashy situation for you lately?
Life is hella ashy, and I'm honestly get some lotion. Here's my take. I want us to leave the hey boo text from the stylist in 2020. Not even in 20. Just leave it in yesterday. Any day but today. You can be great at doing hair, doing makeup,
nails,
anything out there, right? It's a hobby. That does not mean that you are qualified to have a link in bio booking site, taking clients and overcharging them just to text them hey boo and not
show up
and cancel on the appointment.
Yeah.
You can still have the hobby.
Yeah.
And just have the hobby.
Yeah.
It does not mean you're a certified stylist where you don't have a license.
My thing is, I think there needs to be some type of organization or something that has set pricing and because the way that I see that, I get it, you are a Black-owned business and we want to support you, but I hate that people are taking advantage of that, and it's okay, well, I'm going to now charge you $500 for this, plus you want extra length, that's another $50. Plus, you want a hair wash, that's another $100. Plus, by the time I get out the chair, I've already spent $1,000 on a hairstyle that's gonna last me 2 weeks. What are we talking about?
Yeah, that or I have no hair left. It's what?
Or I have no hair left.
What do you want from me? It's one or the other. We just have to do better as a community of supporting each other and then showing up for ourselves the best way we would want somebody to show up for us so that we can keep the cycle going. Because nobody's, I'm not trying to tarnish anybody's name or resume. We want to support.
Exactly.
But don't hey boo text me, please. I just want to get my hair done.
Our audience loves this game, and now I love this game. I'm I love this game. Look at me. I love this game. Celebs in the same font, but this time, different generation.
Okay, I like that. Little twist.
So it's same font, but
an older version.
Yeah,
like
an older version.
Bold.
So in bold.
Days of Our Lives,
bold. Okay.
Days of Our Lives. All right. I've seen this before. They've said Nicki Minaj and Shaka Khan. Because when you look at Shaka when she's younger, it's there.
It is. Honestly, when I was looking,
nose.
It's the nose, and I was thinking about it, I was Nicki Minaj's mom also gives Shaka Khan. It just looks like that could have been her sister or her
somewhere
aunt
in there.
or something. They definitely look same font. I don't know why people want to fight me on this, but Maya Angelou and Oprah, come on, think about it. Young Maya Angelou and Oprah.
Okay, young, yes.
Young.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
Old,
but also
young.
Oprah young too. Both of them young. I can see it.
You can see it.
I can see it.
Thank you.
No,
I was just I know I'm not crazy.
Stop coming for her. She's not wrong.
Thank you.
This is another one, and I will die on this hill because I'm a huge fan of both of these ladies. Shout out to my mom for putting me on to who I'm about to say because she was really that girl. Mm-hmm. Rest in peace. Jasmine Sullivan.
Okay.
And Phyllis Hyman. She was an R&B singer. She has You Know How to Love Me. Ain't no denying.
Right. She could honestly play her in a biopic.
Oh, she has that song called Living All Alone. Whoa, I can't stand this living all alone. That came out in 1986. I have one more.
Who?
And I feel like this would also be good for a biopic.
Who?
Kelly Rowland and Donna Summer. They favor each other a lot. They're both beautiful.
What? I can see that. Yeah,
yes.
She's beautiful.
They're both beautiful. Rest in peace, Donna Summer as well. All the legends are just...
Yeah.
Ugh, it makes me so angry.
That's so crazy.
But they would be,
It's everybody's been reincarnated. What is that?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, I got another one.
Okay.
Celebs written in the same font, but 90s.
90s?
So the 90s girlies.
Easy. First on my list, that's going to always be on my list.
Yeah.
Jackée Harry, from Sister Sister, the mom's sister,
I was like, who?
and Kim Whitley.
Yeah. Son,
they're the same person. I don't care.
I used to think verbatim they were the same person in the 90s. Like, I was like, you couldn't tell me that they were. But I genuinely thought it was the same person until someone pointed out that, like, no, these are two different people. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's weird.
Like, it's weird though. Same complexion, same hairstyles a lot of times.
Same
like very
mannerisms,
body build, like, and they both look good. They both look amazing. But I stand on that one.
You know who's another one? Tisha Campbell from Martin.
Yeah.
And Apologize.
The mom from Proud Family who does a voice?
Yeah, her.
People say they look alike?
They kind of look alike. Side by side. I mean, one's a little darker than the other.
I can see, like, the nose area a little bit, maybe.
It's like the I think for me it's the jaw structure. Like, right here. They look alike.
They don't look like alike, but Robin Givens and Leela Rochon.
Okay, yes. But I think it's the cheekbones. Because there are a lot of people with some really nice cheekbones. Angela Bassett and Lynn Whitfield.
Okay, the cheekbones are cheeking.
Same font. Them back to back, if you literally did it, you would be like, you would think they're the same person.
I can see where we're going.
You can see where we're going. You can see the rest of the sentence, but you can't see the beginning.
Yes. Yep. I got last one for written in the same font, 90s edition. Bokeem Woodbine and Dave Chappelle.
Yes!
It's him.
I don't know what he's in, but
people just kind of act like he doesn't exist. They think it's Dave Chappelle, but it's not.
That is so funny. Correct.
That's scary.
100%.
Yeah.
Celebs written in the same font, different color, part 2.
Some of these are from the comments.
Okay.
Jenna Ortega and Taylor Russell.
I'm not gonna lie, that is 100% accurate. I saw Taylor for the first time on the Met Gala carpet, like last year, and I really thought that was Jenna Ortega with a tan. I said, who is that? They look alike.
They do.
That's wow.
Definitely like the perfect
copy paste.
Same color, different font thing.
Another one, and this one is different color. Aisha Tyler was one of the very few black people on Friends, right?
Of course.
And Charlize Theron, they look alike.
Yes, I can see that.
Something there. Something there. I don't know what it is.
Especially when her hair is pulled back. Because they're full face. Yeah. Next, we have Kerry Washington and Scarlett Johansson.
Who said that?
I don't really know.
I don't see it.
I
don't see that.
I don't even understand why that was.
You gotta. What do you mean? Kerry Washington and Scarlett Johansson are two different fonts.
Only thing I could see about them saying that is people would talk about how Kerry would like do this thing with her lips sometimes on Scandal, and Scarlett Johansson does it a little bit when she smiles.
So maybe the crying face.
Maybe
they have the same crying face.
Yeah, like that. Maybe
it's
that's
the
closest thing I could think of. But otherwise,
I don't see it.
Me either, honestly.
No, but stay with me on this one. Were you into B5 when you were younger? Like,
yeah,
I was a B5 stan.
Patrick was my baby. I was down because that was a whole bad boy era, so I was vibing.
Like Patrick was my baby.
They were cute.
I loved all of them, but Dustin Breeding, he was like the oldest B5 member, right? He looks like apparently Jared Padalecki.
Who the hell?
He's from Supernatural.
I can understand why.
Do you see it?
I do see it. It's the actual face, like not
their
the color.
face. Yeah, their face.
Similar features. I can see that. It's the face.
I would never put those two together, though. I would never think.
I didn't even know who he was.
That's what I'm saying. I would never think to go that far.
You're like, oh,
to put those two together. But now that you've said it, I see it.
They're not wrong.
Now that you've said it, I see it.
This is one I will die on a hill on. Robert Richard and Neil McDonough. The guy from Cousin Skeeter, Arnez.
Yes.
And Brianna's boyfriend from 101.
Yes.
And Neil McDonough.
That's his daddy.
That is his daddy. They look too much alike. It doesn't make any sense.
The eyes don't lie.
It's really the eyes.
The eyes don't lie. So this one had me in shambles. It had me in literal shambles because I said,
I'm ready.
Could you think of anybody that possibly looks like Snoop Dogg?
I feel like I know where you're going with this, but I'm nervous. I don't know anybody that looks like
Nobody?
Snoop. Not really.
So Kevin Richardson from Backstreet Boys.
The thing is, you're not wrong. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Snoop Dogg was a member of the Backstreet Boys at this point.
And I know in the picture of him back in the day, oh my God.
It is very much.
They are the same person.
This one is a reach, but someone said that you're also written in the same font as a celeb.
Who was a celeb? Because I'm dead.
Can you guess?
No.
No?
Are you joking?
No,
because now I have to go scroll the comments.
No, I'm not. Someone said, do you watch Big Bang Theory?
No, hell no.
Someone said Roddy Gupta, and I said, you know what?
Was this a troll?
No.
No.
Really?
Thank you guys, but no thanks.
You don't see? Okay. You telling me that I don't look like you?
No, ma'am. Thank you so much, though. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Take some time to myself and reflect on things I need to do. to be better.
This was our first Cocoa Kiki episode. Stay tuned.
Yes.
If you want to see me, Kaylee, or
me, Kayla. Tune back in, guys. We'll be back real soon, so keep an eye out. And thank y'all so much.
Stay moisturized.